Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, the late great Zig Ziglar used to say you got to stop that stinking thinking. We'll be talking to a mindset coach next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, millions and millions of people wake up every morning, and I call it Monday moaning, because they're waking up, they need that cup of coffee, they're waking up with a bad attitude instead of an attitude of gratitude. To talk about that today, Janna Johnson. She's with Revive by Janna. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Now, people will look at you and say, okay, she's beautiful, she's got her life together, but you actually had a big health setback.
I did, yes. So back in April 2012, I woke up with a bullseye rash, and at the time I had not heard of Lyme disease. I didn't know to associate the rash with anything, and I felt fine at the time, and the rash went away, and I never thought about it for a long time. And then 6 months later, my life slowly fell apart. My health deteriorated. I couldn't think straight. I had anxiety, panic attacks, pain everywhere. I couldn't function anymore. And it took 14 months of lots of doctors and tests to figure out it was Lyme disease. So that right there was a huge turning point for me in my life.
Okay, what did it cause you to do? Change everything? Like your habits, your
Everything,
diet?
yes. So Lyme disease there's not like a known cure for it. And the doctors don't know what's going to work for you. It's not a one size fits all. So that was, I had 2 kids, 2 toddlers, and a full-time nanny. I couldn't take care of my kids, couldn't take care of myself. The antibiotics, the medicine the doctors gave, it didn't work. And so ultimately I had to take my health into my own hands. And that's when I learned that food was either my medicine or my poison. And I learned how to heal my body. And 80% of our immune system is in our gut. A lot of people don't know that. And so your gut health is truly your key to optimal health. And as I worked on feeding me, starving out the disease, that's when I started to get well. Sugar feeds all diseases. So the huge factor for me was to stop eating sugar in all forms, high sugar fruits, juices, you name it, and starve the disease out, but nourish me and heal my gut and get well.
Wow. And now you help others. We're going to pull up her website, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about how you engage clients. What do people hire you to do?
People hire me to feel their very best. So I work with people in nutrition to heal their gut, to get rid of autoimmune diseases, brain fog, and also to get their mindset right. Our mindset is the foundation to all success in our life. And when your mindset's not right, then nothing else is really going to work.
So when you go out to a restaurant, is it hard for you to eat?
It used to be a long, long time ago. And then, as you learn to eat for your body, you really start to understand what works for you and what doesn't. And for me, it was, I couldn't worry about what other people ate and how they needed to eat. I had to worry about myself. And so when I go to restaurants, what I do is I kind of scan the menu and I look at what vegetables they have, healthy fats, proteins. And most restaurants, you can pretty much just order, single items and eat the way that you need to eat.
That's really cool. So
Yeah.
for instance, if you were going to order a salad at a traditional, like a Chili's or something like that, how would you go about making that order?
Yeah, so a lot of the times on salads, you can take the things off that you don't need, right? So I'm not going to have the croutons on there. I'm not going to have corn. I'm not going to have candied nuts or anything like that. And dressing I'll do on the side. I'll add in protein. I'll add in avocado. And a lot of the times I can just have a little bit of oil and vinegar on the side, some seasonings, and just keep it really simple. Take off the stuff that you don't want.
Yeah. Okay, we want to talk about your book. Let's pull the book up and put it on the screen. Un-F Your Mind. Okay, it's a very provocative title. Tell us about the book.
Yes, so my book the title is Bold Like Me, and the lime green in the title references Lyme disease. Lime green is the color for Lyme. And my book originally it was going to be just about Lyme disease. And then I realized that there was so much more I needed to share. And it wasn't just about Lyme, but it was just about how we have limiting beliefs that are formed in us as a child. And until we shatter those limiting beliefs, we live our life based off of those, basically trying to fill voids from the past with quicksand. It's never going to work. You have to shatter your limiting beliefs to become who you're meant to be in this life. You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror.
Yes.
You got to look straight ahead.
I love it. And the book is available for pre-order right now. The official release is when?
January 11th, 111.
Okay, I love it. I also love your social media because you are prolific when it comes to posting great videos. We found one that I particularly like. Let's go ahead and roll that.
All right.
To bring yourself happiness, you have to live life for yourself. And the reason that is my answer is because I lived for a very long time, and probably for most of my life until, a few years back, I feel like I lived life for everybody else, right? I lived life the way they wanted me to live it. And when I one day decided or realized I was doing that, I decided to live life for myself. And that sounds really selfish, but it's not. The reason is because this is your life and you have to live it for yourself the way you want to live it, and your beliefs and your values. And when you do that, everything else beautifully falls into place.
What a powerful video. What comes to mind is when you get on the airplane, they say, put your oxygen mask on first. Yeah. There are people who never put their oxygen mask on. They're taking care of family and they put themselves last. Yeah. What was your situation? What were you doing to please others that you had to stop doing?
I was living my life for everyone else. I was living my life based on what made everyone else comfortable. Everything that I was criticized or told I was too much my entire life, I just stayed away from that. And I wasn't being true to myself. And I realized that we all put ourselves in a box. I call it our safety box. It's what keeps us safe. It's what keeps others safe, right? So whatever other people's limiting beliefs are, that's the little box they create for you. And you can't spread your wings and fly in a box. And so when I realized, I'm telling my kids, I have 3 kids, I'm telling my kids you can be anything you want to be, and there's no limits. But I had a limit on myself. When you're in a box, you have a ceiling. You can't go above that. And I realized as a mom, I have to show my kids they can be anything they want to be, but I have to do the same thing. And so for me, I stopped caring about what anyone else thought, what anyone else said. And then I realized, hold on a second. The people who love me, truly, they're going to accept me no matter what. And the others, they're going to fall off, right? And so there's so much freedom and being truly authentic to who you are. And we're all put on this earth and we all have our own purpose. And it would be really boring if we were all alike, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you have one life to live and you need to live it for yourself. And there's nothing selfish about that. It's selfish to not be true to who you are.
I love that. And I think you provide a wonderful role model for your kids. Nobody wants to see mommy sad, right?
No.
They want a strong, confident mom.
Yes, 100%. And you know what? I believe that women, we need to step more into our power and we can't show our daughters to do that if we're hiding behind the scenes, right? I don't want to be a Stepford wife. I don't fit really good in a box. And you know what? We all want freedom in life. We want freedom to do what we want to do and be who we are. And that to me is the ultimate goal. And that is the goal in this book, is to help people become everything that they are meant to be.
I love that. Okay, in the final minute or so, I want you to look right into that lens, talk to the woman who's watching this saying, oh my goodness, I think I found my coach. I need that book. So what do you want to say to that woman?
I just want to tell you that it's never too late. You know, I've been a nutritionist for a long time, but it was only about 14 months ago that I truly decided to take a chance on myself. And I realized I lived my life far too long succumbing to the fears that I put on my own self, right? The invisible chains. And 14 months ago, I decided to choose me and to no longer say no to myself. And the moment that I did, the universe said yes to me when I said yes to myself.
Wow, what a great way to end this show. We're going to also leave you with her website, which is revivedbyjanna.com, the great Janna Johnson. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.